You got two ex-wives. You got a 15-year-old daughter who's pregnant. I can go on and on and on and on. But the bottom line is, if you had 15 years ago, you had just done it. 10 years ago, you had just done it. 5 years ago, if you had just done it. 6 months ago, if you had just done it, you probably wouldn't be in the position you're in now. So I'm saying no matter what your age is, it's still time to just go out and do it. You want to take the easy way out. Because you think life is a journey. How good is the journey? You tell me. Most people in this room and most people listening on YouTube have to come to the realization, as sad as it is, that you have urinated your entire life. Very simple. That's it. If you want to create massive wealth. If you just want to be a happy, slappy housewife from Dundee, or a happy, slappy bimbo from Toronto, or a happy, slappy guy who goes to the Little League games in Mesa, Arizona, then that's okay. But if you want to create some fucking money, and money's not everything. But if you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to shop. If you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to shop. You can get money and then go save the world. You can get money and save the forests in Brazil. You make money and go save global warming. You can, and save the kids in Biafra and all that. But without money, you can't save a thing. Don't you understand? Until you make some shekels. Until you make some coin. You can't help anybody. Make two lists. One list, your goals. Intermediate, short-term, long-term goals. Okay? Both in personal and business. Then you put another list together and you say who you met with from Sunday midnight till Saturday midnight for 1 week. Who you talked to or who you met with. Okay. And you put the list together. Okay, let's say there's 50 people on this list. Now, you put a number by every person that you emailed, Skype, tweet, linked, and which one of your goals on this other side of the paper they have anything to do with. You will be staggered, stunned. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Practice within when you're without. That's one of my 5 credos. Practice being successful. How many people listening to this today practice being successful today? Before I had any money, I used to go to the Rolls Royce dealers and sit in the cars and smell the leather, touch the leather, okay? And these days, this is 40 years ago, I went to $1 million houses and my wife and I would walk through the house and they'd say, when are your parents getting here, kids? No, we are the buyers.
What does it mean to practice?
Okay. Through affirmations, through going to the Rolls Royce dealer, maybe Lamborghini, maybe something else. Right. In my particular case, it was Rolls Royce. And within a year of me going to the Rolls Royce dealer, I had a Rolls. Within 19 months of me dreaming and adding it to my goals, a castle on an island, I owned Guthrie Castle. But I devoted myself to feeling successful. I was wearing suits like this before I could afford them. By the way, Andrew Carnegie, arguably the richest, most successful entrepreneur of all time, he said the best thing that you can have for a child is him to be born into poverty. And I agree. Ted Turner just gave his 75th anniversary party on CNN a few months ago. And he makes a couple of comments, and he says, number one, and I'm not suggesting this for everybody. It's how I live, though. First 10 years of my starting CNN, I slept on my couch. I didn't have an apartment. Bill Gates slept in the office. Steve Jobs slept in the office. And I can go down a whole list. Now, these are super successful, mega wealthy guys. I slept in my office. Not everybody's willing to make that sacrifice. I've tried a lot of things. Nobody's failed at more things than I have. And the first 100 million are successes, but I could write a book about failures that'd be like Churchill's volumes, The History of World War II. I mean, because I've tried a lot of different things. Because failure is just testing. And one of the reasons I've been so successful in generating this equity and value in my kids, and I call you all kids, is because I convince them that making a mistake is okay. Your parents probably told you, you can be anything you want. But you can't. You can't. You can be anything you want. You can be president and not have gone to an Ivy League school. Not likely. Okay. You can be prime minister and not have gone to one of, Oxford, Cambridge, University of Edinburgh. Not likely. So, but what you tell them is that you can do anything you want that you have passion for, because that eliminates most of the crap. Because most people don't follow their dream. You can't have a dream come true unless you have a dream. Now, I still dream. I dream in Technicolor. I say my affirmations and goals every single night. I interviewed a guy a few months ago who used to be the personal assistant to Tom Cruise. Just give me an average week from Sunday morning to Saturday night. He said 80, 90 hours, not shooting movies. 80, 90 hours. He gets up every morning like he never made a successful picture, goes after every project like he never did a project before, after 30 years of success. Just like J-Lo.
Right, J-Lo.
Approaches every single project like she never made a successful song, never made a successful picture. But just imagine you drove your car through life with the emergency brake on. It's bad for the transmission, it's bad for the tires, it's bad for the universal, it's bad for everything.
Right. You never really...
Then you take, oh geez, the emergency brake's on. Then you release the brake. What happens? Whew, surge ahead, right?
Yeah.
Most of us go through life with our emergency brakes on. And he says most of us keep the emergency brake on because we want a reason not to test ourselves. Because one of the things is you learn as a young combat infantry officer is time costs lives. Fred Smith, who I like a lot, who was a similarly trained officer like I was, who was a Marine officer, he said, when I learned that mistakes weren't causing arms and legs in life and death, making decisions was easy. Similar for me. We overanalyze because we're unsure. We don't overanalyze because we are not sure if it'll work or not. We're more worried about, on the emotional side, it embarrassing us. Because we have two bank accounts in life. We've got an emotional bank account and a financial bank account. Most of us, not me, but most of us worry about the financial bank account. But it's your emotional bank account that you're going to run out when it's cold and windy and you're at night, nobody there to wipe your tears away. It's your emotional bank account, whether you can suck up your pantyhose, phrase I use, or man up,
right,
to use new parlance.
Yes.
Those are the guys that make it.
Okay.
And the people that can't man up don't. You know, the most contagious thing in the world isn't a positive action, it's a negative thought. A negative thought. And because that can grow geometrically and kill deals, kill even companies for that matter. It's bloody hard to be a high performance person. You know, we only make changes for two reasons, Brian: desperation or inspiration.